Hi everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, checking in with a weekly garden tour right here from my Zone 7 Central North Carolina garden. Now we are in August and it is hot, it is humid, and it is bone dry. Honestly, it's a nightmare, specifically for plant palettes like this. I am keeping my fingers crossed that we are going to get some rain tonight, which is not showing up on my weather app. Weather people said that it was possible this morning, and I'm hoping they are correct. But I thought this week, because we are not doing any gardening projects, it is just way too hot. The feels like temperature is like over 110. We are just doing maintenance. Basically, maintenance means we're dragging hoses all over the place. So I thought I'd break the weekly garden tour up into a bunch of shorter segments, and I hope that these will be helpful and inspirational for you. And I, of course, always look forward to sharing more updates as the season continues. So we're going to start here today out front. Well, as you can see, Sophia is on patrol, whatever that might mean. Hello, Golden Panther. She does love guarding this garden, and everything here is looking great. There's definitely some maintenance that I plan to do, but not right now because it's too hot. Still have lots of zucchini production, which is great because that is like one of the main things that sustains my existence. Because of alpha-gal, I eat squash every day, and it's so exciting to not have to buy squash. I've got to say, this, of all the years, this is my favorite plant combination. Now I do plan to do some cutbacks on the buckwheat, and that's mostly just to start prepping for how this bed will look for the fall open garden. Fall open garden is scheduled for Saturday, September 23rd from noon to 4 p.m. Remember, it's free, no registration, rain or shine, and this is the primary event where you'll be able to come and buy seed. All that spring cottage garden seed that was, blooming beautifully at the spring open house is going to be available at the fall open garden. And I'm also getting my ducks in a row and getting some super cool plants ordered. So we will be having a plant sale, and I'm going to tease you that I have some special things that are not actually going to be available until 2024 that I get early access to, that I'm going to be able to have to offer. So once I get all of that information, I will put it on my website. You can get all of those details at breegrows.com. I do hope that you'll mark your calendars for Saturday, September 23rd. I have a really busy travel schedule in October, and so unfortunately I won't be able to do as many in-person events as I have in the past. So fall open garden is going to be the primary time to be able to get your poppy seed, larkspur, nigella, bachelor buttons, all of the seeds that make up the fall or winter planted cottage gardens. So mark your calendars now. All right, back to examining the bed. I'd say the plants that I'm most excited about are the Queenie Lime Orange zinnias, and it's just one of my favorites. You can see more are starting to bloom. There's a lot of variation in those. This is sort of the ideal. And I also wanted to show this pepper, and I've been trying to figure out what pepper it is. And honestly, I think it's this one that I saved seed from that I called Flat Spanish. I know that's not a lot of information to go on, but look at how many peppers there are. It's such a great plant. And of course, there's lots of peppers in this bed. And really, the key element here are the Thailand giants. And in with the Thailand giant is sesame blooming. Now remember, I seeded dark seeded sesame. So you see those flowers are more pink than white. And the pods that you see growing along the stem, that's actually where the sesame seeds form. I'm really, really excited to have this combination. It's also a bird favorite. So between all of the sunflowers, all of the buckwheat, and the sesame, this is like a finch paradise. Now, as we come along here, you know, I haven't been giving these cannas any special treatment at all. And obviously, they're dwarf varieties and they're getting dwarfed by the garden. You know how I feel about dwarf plants. I think they're stupid. They just don't fit with my style of gardening. I like big and abundant. So they're starting to get lost. That's okay. The canna leaf rollers seem to have gotten a little bit better, but you can definitely still see some damage on the plants. But not too bad. But you see how ugly the flowers get. And to me, I just think that that's something that also needs to be addressed. Like, this obsession with making everything tiny. How about you fix this aesthetic problem that we have with cannas? I know, probably unpopular opinion here, but regardless, that's my take on them. Obviously, the Suncredibles are, again, the star of the show, just like they were last year. Out here in the wave, all of my dreams are coming true. This is what I was envisioning. I have a tapestry ground cover with the sweet potatoes, all the different colors. You can see we've got some squash and pumpkins filling in. No cosmos blooming yet, but there are a few alive, and you can see how big the Thailand giants are getting. And I really am just I'm in love with these. I love them every time I grow them. They're just such an impressive, you know, tropical element. And this theme this year was tropical. I think that we're achieving it quite efficiently. But again, to me, out here, it's all about the sweet potatoes, and they're only going to continue to grow and cover. I suspect, hopefully, by the fall open garden, you won't be able to see any open mulch space in the wave at all. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but everything is really, really, really dry, and it's depressing to look at. So I'm just going to kind of show you the reality. I have not been watering out here. The goal with the shrub border is to not have to irrigate, except in extreme times. I think we're starting to get to an extreme time, unless maybe some of this cloud cover drops some water from the sky, which would be the most amazing treat of all time. But you can see, you know, everything is really wilty. And these are all native plants. Just because they're native doesn't mean they want to go through 3 weeks of absolutely no precipitation. And I am definitely experiencing that next door in the native shrub borders, which will be a video in and of itself, where I'm really kind of beating myself up for some of the plant choices. Over here in the shady section of the wave, I was actually wanting to do some planting this week, and there's no way. We absolutely can't set ourselves up to fail like that until we get some actual precipitation and the temperatures start getting cooler. We can't do any planting. It's a moratorium on planting. So lots of open space. Of course, I'm hoping that once we do get some rain, carrots will start germinating, because in the past, this has just been an incredible carrot patch. So we'll see, fingers crossed, we get some moisture. Well, like I said, I'm gonna keep these garden tours really short and easy for you to watch, and I'm trying not to whine too much about how dry it is, but I can't help it. Like, it's inescapable. I have been watering where that sprinkler is basically every day for like an hour, so it's getting the wave and that foundation bed, which is why everything isn't wilted there. But I haven't been moving sprinklers around because I've been hoping that nature would do its job. Like I said, if it doesn't rain tonight, tomorrow we really start getting pretty serious about running water all day long until we do get rain. Well, I look forward to sharing more updates with you tomorrow. Be sure to tune in, and I hope that this will serve as inspiration for all of you. Happy gardening, everybody.